Hi GOH, this is a video of the student syllabus, so if you are absent the first day of class, you might want to watch this just so you know how you're going to be graded and what's going to be going on this year. So at the top of this is my phone number with an extension. It's not a phone that rings though, so you have to leave a message. So a better way to get in touch with me is through email, and I have my email address listed right there, jholden@centralislip.k12.ny.us. Okay, another way to get in touch is through Remind. There are two Reminds. One is for students, so you want the student one that I'm highlighting in yellow right here. So you're going to text to the number 81010, and the message that you're going to type in is @HoldenGOH. If your parents would like to join Remind, then that is a different code. Again, it's 81010, but their code is going to be @HoldenGOHP. Okay. You do have to join the Google Classroom. So period 6 and period 7 have two different codes, so make sure you type in the appropriate code. All right. So this is the second year of a 3-year sequence, geometry, and you're in this class, you're working towards your Advanced Regents Diploma. There is a strong focus on reasoning throughout the course, and the major topics taught are triangle congruency, so we're going to be doing some proofs, which are fun, similarity, transformations, constructions, right triangle trigonometry, area and volume, coordinate geometry, quadrilaterals, and circles. You are required to take the Regents at the end of the year, and that is generally your final exam. I do recommend strongly that you have a binder. We're going to be getting a lot of handouts in the class. For each chapter, you're going to be getting a do now, you're going to be getting a notes packet, a practice packet, review sheets. So it's a lot to keep organized. It doesn't matter if you write in pen or pencil. Compass, I'll give you a compass that you'll bring to class. Those are for the constructions, and a calculator. Now, you don't have to have a graphing calculator for this class. I would recommend that you have one, though you will need one, as you go on in math next year, for sure you need that graphing calculator. For this year, a regular calculator is perfectly fine. There are some things that you can do on the graphing calculator that might make it a little bit easier, but it's not necessary. A good free app for your phone that looks just like the graphing calculator is Calculate 84, and that's a free app, so that's a nice one. The only problem is you can't use your phone for a quiz or a test, but if you just wanted to download that app to have it to do homework or classwork, that's fine. All school rules will be enforced in class. Class time is for learning, so please don't have your phone out on your desk unless you're using it as a calculator. All right, but for the 40 minutes that we're in class together, you should be focused on what we're doing, participating. If you're struggling, don't understand something, you're able to ask a question. And how will you be graded in this class? Well, tests and quizzes are 20 to 100 points. All tests are announced. You're going to have a calendar that's right in the Google Classroom that you can see what we're doing each day. They're always a review prior to a test. The best way to study for the test is to review the work that we've done for each chapter. Look at your notes, maybe redo any problems that you had trouble on. Each test will have an optional review on Castle Learning that you can do for extra credit, and that's due the morning of the test. Quarterly or midterm exam is worth 100 plus points, so that's at the end of each quarter, and it's a cumulative exam of all units covered throughout the quarter. Do nows are done each day when you walk in, and those are 2 points each. There will be a do now sheet that's handed out for each unit, and it's due the day before the test. So at the end of the unit, you hand that in to me, and it's graded. Spiral reviews are 10 points each. So there's a spiral review sheet assigned every Friday. That will be either on Castle Learning or Delta Math, and it's due the following Friday. This will be a cumulative review of everything that you learned during the year. So it's expected that you use your notes to complete the spiral review, and you can think of these as an open notebook take-home quiz. Classwork and participation. All assignments are posted in Google Classroom. If you're absent, it's your responsibility to find out what you missed and make up any missed work. You'll get a class participation grade for each quarter. Homework is 3 points per assignment. Homework is assigned daily. It's important that you do it. Homework each night, there will be homework each night, and we'll be going over it the next day. There will be a homework grade for each unit. Most nights the homework will be watching a video. So you're going to watch a video on the lesson, take notes, and the next day in class, we do the do now. I go over any questions that you have on the video, and then we practice problems together. This way you're able to ask me questions if you get stuck on doing that practice. If your homework is doing a review sheet or working on problems, all work must be shown, even if it's a multiple choice problem. Homework will be checked each day that you're in class. It's important that you're watching the video before class starts. So the only way to get full credit, those 3 points, is if that video is watched before class starts. All right, so make sure that you're just staying on track and doing the work as we do it. PowerSchool, all your grades are posted in PowerSchool, and you can use the access code the school gave you to see your grades and average at any time. So here's a list of things that you need to join. Number 1 is Remind. Okay, Remind is an app that you can text me, I can text you, I can send a group message to the class, like if there's a problem on a homework or a review sheet or anything like that, or to remind you that something's due. There's a student code. I already talked about this. Make sure that you are doing the student remind code. So you text to that number and this message right here. If your parents want to sign up for Remind, that's right there next to it. Delta Math. So if you had Miss Dorn last year for math in 8th grade, then you are familiar with Delta Math. It's similar to CASA Learning. If the Delta Math is in practice mode, you can see a similar example before you do your problem. You can even watch a video on the top if you need, and you get a second chance. So Delta Math is nice in that I can assign a topic, but everybody's getting a different problem with different numbers on that topic. So even if you had a Delta Math account last year, you still have to go to deltamath.com and hit Students. And there's a code for each class. So it's a little bit different to sign up than it was last year. So period 6, there's your code right there. And period 7, there's your code. So please make sure that you sign up for the correct class. Again, the Google Classroom information is right there. So it's important that you're in Google Classroom. All assignments are going to be found in Google Classroom. The links to the videos will be there, blank copies of any work that's handed out. So the syllabus is right there in the Google Classroom as well. So those are the codes for Google Classroom. The best way to contact me is through email. If you're absent or have any questions, please feel free to email me at any time. And there's my email once again. Extra help. If you have any questions at all, just come to Extra Help. The Extra Help schedule will be posted in Google Classroom. And typical day, which I already talked about a little bit, is that most days you're going to watch a video of the lesson for homework and take notes. Then the next day in class, the do now is going to be on the board. You take out your do now sheet and do the do now for the video you watched, using your notes to help you do that do now. We're going to go over the do now. So if you made a mistake, you should correct it and fix it, because at the end of the unit, you're going to hand that in. And as long as you fixed it and you have the correct answer, then you're going to get 100 for the do nows. After we go over the do now, if you have any questions, I might give a quick summary on the lesson, explain anything that people had trouble with. So if you did not understand something from the video the night before, then just, maybe underline it, highlight, put a little star next to it so you remember to ask me in class the next day. And then we spend the majority of the class time doing practice problems from your practice packet, and we go over them and make sure that you understand everything from the lesson. Okay, so that pretty much sums up geometry and what your schedule will be like. All the information for what you need to join is right there. And the most important thing is the Google Classroom, because that's where all your information is. And then also joining Remind and Delta Math. Okay, any questions at all, then please just email me.